Imagine the relief, the sheer joy of families finally seeing their loved ones after over 2 years of agonizing captivity. That's the scene unfolding as Hamas released 7 Israeli hostages on Monday morning, a critical step in the Gaza peace deal brokered by the Trump administration. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this truly a path to lasting peace or just a temporary reprieve? Why this matters so much? These Israeli hostages, predominantly civilians, endured over 2 years of captivity within Gaza. Their freedom was a non-negotiable demand from both Israel and the U.S. to bring an end to the devastating conflict. Think about it, 2 years separated from family, living in uncertain conditions. Their release marks a significant turning point, but the journey to recovery will be long and arduous. The hostage release was timed strategically, commencing just before President Trump's arrival in Israel as part of a broader Middle East tour aimed at solidifying his Gaza peace plan. This timing underscores the importance the administration placed on this issue. Driving the news, the agreement stipulated that Hamas release all 20 living hostages by Monday at noon, local time. The initial group of 7 was released shortly after 8 a.m. local time. Hamas transferred the hostages to the Red Cross, who then handed them over to Israeli forces inside Gaza. The expectation is that the remaining 13 hostages would be released around 10 a.m. local time. And this is the part most people miss: the sheer logistical complexity and coordination required for such an operation. Following their release, the hostages were transported to a military base just outside the Gaza Strip, a staging ground for their emotional reunions with their families. From there, they were taken to hospitals in Israel for comprehensive medical evaluations and treatment. Tragically, all the living hostages spent the majority of their captivity in underground tunnels, facing severe deprivation, limited food and water, and virtually no medical attention for injuries sustained during Hamas's October 7th attacks. Israeli officials are understandably deeply concerned about the potential for severe health problems among the released hostages. Zooming in on the details, the agreement also mandates that Hamas recover the remains of 28 deceased hostages, including 2 Americans, Itay Chen and Omer Nutra. Hamas claimed during negotiations that the precise locations of all the bodies were unknown. They cited instances where militants guarding the hostages were killed, or the bodies were buried under rubble. To address this challenge, a multinational task force has been established. This task force will share information regarding the potential locations of the deceased hostages and conduct search operations within Gaza. The price of freedom. What does Israel give up in return? In exchange for the hostages' release, Israel has agreed to release 250 Palestinian prisoners serving life sentences in Israeli jails. Nearly all Palestinian prisoners serving life sentences. Furthermore, Israel will release 1,700 Palestinians detained by the IDF in Gaza after October 7th. However, Israel has refused to release Hamas militants directly involved in the October 7th attacks, and has also declined to release a select group of Palestinian prisoners considered symbols, such as Hamas military leader Ibrahim Hamed and Marwan Barghouti, a former Fatah leader in the West Bank. This decision is sure to spark debate. Is it fair? Is it enough? Will it truly prevent future conflicts? This hostage release is a monumental event, but it also raises critical questions. Can this fragile peace hold? Will the released hostages ever truly recover from their ordeal? And perhaps the most controversial question of all, is releasing prisoners, some of whom are convicted of serious crimes, a justifiable price to pay for the lives of innocent civilians? What are your thoughts? Share them in the comments below.